Good afternoon. Welcome to Centennial Park in Central Saanich, BC. I'm Cam Smith with U Sports Production. Thank you for joining us for today's District 7 Little League Minors semifinals hosted by Central Saanich. After 1 week of exciting round-robin action, the field has been narrowed down to 4 teams. Earlier today, Loritz earned their berth in Sunday's final by defeating Hampton and await the winner of this afternoon's semifinal between number 1 seed Lakehill and number 4 seed National Little League. These two teams met earlier in the tournament, with National coming out on top with a close 9-8 victory, but now it's semifinal baseball. Only one team will move on. Every pitch, every play, and every run matters from this point forward. So settle in and join this year's District 7 Little League semifinals. Let's play ball! And Nesta on the mound for Lakehill, and leading off for National is Lewis. 3-0 count. And Nesta's going to walk the first batter. And off to first base goes Lewis. And National with a run. And then Lewis would move over to second on a pass ball. And next up at bat for National is Saanich. And a pitch with 2 strikes on him. And he paints the outside corner with a beautiful pitch. Down low. Great pitch by Nesta. And that's for the first out of the inning, running at second. And Hank is going to step up to the plate. And Hank, 3-0 count. And 3-2 count, sorry. And he throws one high, and that's going to walk the batter. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out early on this ball game. And then next up to that is Henry. And Nesta eyeing him up out of the stretch, trying to keep this game under control early on in the ball game. Nesta with the delivery. Oh, swinging on miss, and that's for the throw to second, trying to get him at second. Oh, and runner taken off to third, and he's going to go home, and he will score. And runner goes over to third, and that's Nationals on the board early on. And Henry still at the plate, in a scoring position. 2 strikes on him, and a tailing fastball on the outside corner. And that's for the second out of the inning. Great job. And that'll bring up Landon with a runner in scoring position. And 0-2 count. Nesta with the delivery. Oh, and there's a curveball, a beauty right there. Nesta strikes out the side, but not before a run comes in for National. And Weston on a bump today for National. And leading off is going to be Lachlan for Lakehill. And Lachlan's going to take a walk. And then Nesta stepped up to the plate. And 1-1 count. Nesta's going to take it rip at this one. That's going to head his way out to center field. And that's caught by Saanich. And holds the runner at first. And 1 out in the bottom half of the first inning. And then Weston with the pitch gets by the catcher. And that's going to head over to second. We got a runner at second in scoring position. And that's for Easton. And Easton's going to take a rip at this one. And that's going to head all the way out left field. Picked up nicely and brought in, but the runner is going in. The relay home. That's close, but not quite. Now to second. He's safe at second. Easton with a double on the RBI puts Lakehill on the board. And with the 1 out runner at second. Yeah, that's going to bring up Sully, and Sully's going to rip one. That goes right over to third. Just gets him handcuffed. And, he's got the runner in the pickle. And Henry's going to tag him out. Great heads-up play right there. And keeps a runner at first as well. And that brings up Garrett to the plate. And the delivery, and Garrett just rips this one. And it makes its way through the infield. Oh, and it gets all the way. It's going to the wall. And we got some wheels on the bases, and Sully is cranking his way all the way around third, and he is going to score. And then with a stand-up double is Garrett. Makes the score 2-1. And now Kean at the plate, and he's going to take a hack at this one. And that's going to get the short. He's going for the shutout at first, and couldn't quite get him. The runners at first and second for Cooper, and Cooper up the plate, and the delivery, and swinging a miss, and that's for the strikeout, and that will retire the side, but not before 2 runs come in for Lakehill. And Fletcher's going to lead things off for National. Nesta 0-2 count on him, and Nesta with a pitch, swinging a miss. Another strikeout by this young man, doing a great job on the mound. Now that'll bring Alex, and Alex, lefty, And there's 2 strikes on him, and Nesta, with a curveball, and that's going to be for the strikeout. Great job by Nesta on that one. And that's going to bring up Roy to the plate. And Roy, another lefty, as he's facing Nesta. Nesta, it's a 1-0 count. And Roy with the swing. And that's going to find its way in no man's land. And that's going to be for a long single. And great job there by Roy. And Roy, the ball gets away, and he's going to head over to second. And he's going to trot over to third. But does a quick about phase. Things were not looking good from there. So he's got back to second. Runner at second. We got 2 outs. And coming up to the plate, that's going to be Weston. And Weston 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. And Nesta 1-2 count. And outside corner, what a pitch by Nesta. He strikes out the side again. Young man having a day. And Ben leading things off for Lakehill. Weston with the pitch. Just misses on the outside corner, and that's going to be a leadoff walk. And that's going to be Nash is going to step up to the plate now. And runner at first. Weston's got 2 strikes on, blows one by him. And that's going to be for the strikeout, and that's for the first out of the inning with the runner at first. And then Harrison at the plate and gets away from the catcher. And the second is going to be Ben on a pass ball. And then Harrison tying up this pitch by West. And he takes a rip at this one right down the line. That's going to head out to left field. And that's thrown in. We got runners at first and third now. And coming up to the plate is going to be Ewan. And a pitch by Weston, that's going to get away from the catcher. And then we got runner moving over to second. And we got runners at second and third in business. And 2 strikes right now on Ewan. And Weston trying to get out of this jam. And he's got a lazy slider. And that's a beauty right there. And that'll take care of the second out. And with runners in scoring position, Kai up to the plate. Weston trying to mitigate damage. And the ball will get away. And a run's going to come in to score. And Lakehill, runner at third. And they put 1 more on the board, but that is Kai with 2 strikes on him. Swing and a miss, and Weston gets out of the jam. Letting a run in, but 3-1 Lakehill. As we head into the top of the third inning. And Nesta facing Kipling. And Kipling, comebacker right to Nesta, picks it up over to first. And that's for the first out of the inning. And Nesta doing a great job on the mound today. And then Wesley up to bat. 2 strikes on him. And Nesta with the pitch and a fastball down the pipe. That's a burner for the strikeout. You gotta love that pitch. And then next up to bat is going to be James. And 1-2 count on James. And Nesta rears back. And a beautiful curveball. And that will retire the side. 2 more strikeouts for Nesta in the inning. What a job by this young man. And we'll head to the bottom out for the third. And Weston with a high pitch. He's going to walk Lachlan and puts a runner on early on in this third inning. And then Nesta's going to step up to the plate. And Weston going to fire one. And he's going to walk Nesta. But the ball making its way to the backstop. Lachlan will make his way over to third. And Nesta, he's going to go over to second. We got runners at second and third. And that's going to bring up Easton to the plate. Weston with the pitch. And Easton, he's going to hit this one sharply. And that's going to drop in. And that will score a run. And puts runners on the corners right now. And what a job there by Easton. And next up to be bat is going to be Sully. And the pitch by Weston. Sully, he's going to hit this one. And it just pops it up right to the shortstop. But a great job by Hank. And that's for the first out of the inning. And then Garrett comes up to bat. Oh, that's a liner. And that's a great shot. And that's picked up nicely right there by Henry. That's a beauty for the second out of the inning. And Nesta gets back to third. And then Kean at the plate. And Kean, he's going to dig that one out and line it right out into the gap. And Nesta's in to score. And Easton will score as well. And look out. Lakehill put 2 more on the board. Great job right there by Kean. And now the ball's going to get away, and that's going to move Kean over to third. Lickety split, he goes. And then Cooper at the plate. And Cooper Cooper, he's going to take a chop at this one, and that gets bobbled into scores. Another run for Lakehill, and in at first is going to be Cooper. And Lakehill doing a big job here and try to keep this rally going. And there's a walk to Ben. And that puts runners at first and second, and that's Nash at the plate, lays down the bunt, and nicely picked up by Weston. That's for the third out of the inning, not before. Lakehill more on the board, 7-1 ball game, heading to the top half of the fourth inning. Lewis leading things off for National, 2 strikes on him, and what a pitch. That is some heat down the pipe by Nesta for the first strikeout of the inning. What a job this young man's doing today. And then Nesta, that's Saanich at the plate, and that's the 2 strikes on him. And on the inside, he throws a changeup, and that catches him off guard. And Nesta with another strikeout, and then Saanich up to the plate, and Nesta 2 outs in the inning, and getting a hold of this one right over the short. I'll tell you what, it's just a little bit bobbled, and safe at first is going to be Hank, and that'll bring Henry up to bat, and that's on a 3-2 count, and that's going to walk him. Runners at first and second, bringing up Landon, and 10 strikeouts for the day for Nesta, and 2 on, and look out, there's the pitch, and that is popped up. That's going to grade over to Easton, and Easton with the catch, and that will retire the side. Still 7-1, and we're going to head to the bottom of the fourth inning, and new pitcher Bartels. And coming up to bat's going to be Harrison. And Harrison, he's going to take this offering, and he's got a line shot out to left field, and that's for a long single. And great hit there by Harrison. And he's going to move over to second on a pass ball. And we've got a walk right there to Ewan. And runners now at first and second. And then we got runners at second and third. And with nobody out as they advance. And stepping up to the plate, Ewan, and out of the stretch, there's the pitch. It's going to make its way all the way to backstop. Runner will score, and ball gets loose, and heads up play right here. Runner is in, and he is safe at home. 9-1, Lay Ritz breaking this one wide open, and now the pitch will get away from Bartels again, and that's going to be ball 4. And we're going to runner at first. That's going to be Kai. And Kai's going to move over to second. And Lachlan at the plate now. Runner at second. Still nobody out. And Bartels, nice pitch. And there's Lachlan. He's going to pop this one up. And underneath it, that's going to be second baseman Fletcher. He'll take it for the sure out. And there's going to be another walk there right to Nesta. Nesta hitting his way over to first. And we got runners at first and second, and now coming in the pitch is Henry. He faces Easton, and that's a good looking pitch. He just misses right there, but settling in is Henry, and Easton at the plate. Runners at first and second, and Easton, he's getting a line shot. And that's a beauty catch by Easton. He throws over to first, tries to double him up, just not in time, but it's second out of the inning. And then look out, there's Sully, just cranks one out, goes all the way to field. That's clearing the bases, and 2 runs are going to score. And Sully with a double right there, and that will end your game. And your champion, that is Lakehill, moving on to Sunday's final at 1 o'clock at Central Saanich against Lay Ritz. That'll be a good one, folks. Tip your caps to that national squad. They did a great job all tournament long, just came up short. And tip your cap to Central Saanich, doing a great job hosting this tournament. We caught up with young man Sully for his thoughts on the game.
Big win for Lakehill. Yeah. It's been a little bit of time before you guys made it this far, right? So, yeah. But what an experience. How was that game today? It was a lot of fun out there, it looked like, for you guys. Tell me about that. How was it?
Yeah, it was fun. We played well. That was one of our best games. I was kind of nervous going into the game because we had played national before.
Yeah!
No!
Oh my God!
Sorry, okay, bring her in a bit.
Yeah, I was a little nervous because we had played them before, and we had lost twice. Yeah, but we played our best game. It was good, and now we're going to the finals.
Yeah, so exciting for this Lakehill squad, and they're gonna, face Lake Ritz in the finals Sunday, 1 o'clock at Central Saanich. That's July the 12th, and that's some exciting baseball today. Like both these teams played well. What a day by Nesta, 10 strikeouts. You gotta love that. Let's get out in the community. Let's support events like this. My name is Cam Smith with Youth Sports Production. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the field.